Dzień dobry everyone, welcome to the Game Grid and welcome to the first 10 minutes of Vuntra City. Specifically, the environmental demo. This is an interesting one. Okay, yeah, you can just set some world parameters and stuff, including randomized player name. That's kind of fun. And then game mode, go say that's the only version available in the demo. You gotta wait for it to wait a bit for it to generate. Why can I not talk today? Oh, it's YouTube hour! And welcome to your new city. Yeah, I'd recommend going to one of the info booths first. Also, you got some weird advertising right off the bat. Yeah, all this is procedurally generated, and it's gonna feel kinda backroomsy. There's a little bit of lore, though. Freeze the timer while we're doing this. Okay, we don't have an admin login. Time about city. Official island in the middle of the ocean. Some sort of weird war going around. Move here. The rules. What are those? Anchors their political, national, and religious identity upon arrival. New name is also assigned to them. What if someone refuses? However, to break the rules afterwards depends on how much transgression threatens safety of the city. Just measures may be necessary. Don't abandon their identities? Authors say. Who's this we? So it's governed by AI? Uh-huh. What is there to do? Yeah, that's the name thing that's randomly generated. You can just type in your own or keep re-rolling. Assignments are currently pending. All doors unlocked. What's worth visiting? Landmark Square. Interior spaces. Map terminal to see the locations. Okay. And find interiors worth visiting. Okay. Hear reviews and beware of ads. Find block admin office. Yeah, okay. And yeah. Okay, so this game has a VR version, or rather it's VR compatible, but it's also playable on just regular flat screen. Beauty? Huh. Anyway, at this point you pretty much just wander around and look at stuff. You'll find a car or two wandering around. Oh, there was one additional prompt at the thing that I was gonna show off, but Anyway, here's the map. It is randomly generated each time. Looks like we're down in Sector Amali. Down in the bottom part. Red cursor is us. Oh. We should be near a sky terminal. You can search for addresses, but not really much doing there since we don't know any addresses yet. And if you get to one of these little yellow terminals, hit a button. Camera's doing something funny there. Aha! That's how you find an address. That's interior. Okay. And you can just throw things. Anyway, this just came out. No, I missed my chance. We'll just summon a new one. Anyway, get inside. Hit start. And then let's find that, actually. Whoa, I like that spiral building back there. Anyway, the general premise is literally every one of these interiors exists, and you can go inside every last one of them. Important thing to note, when you're in a taxi navigating like this, look for the Tron-style pillar of light. That tells you the destination you're trying to go to. They'll drop you off reasonably close. Yeah, you can just sort of pick things up. And you can hit things or throw things. Supposedly you're supposed to also be able to quote-unquote drink from, but that might only be possible in the VR version. Anyway, you gotta look for an interior entry door around here. Oh. I went around the whole building. Of course I did. The cake lobby. Yeah, now you can see why there's a bit of a Backrooms vibe to it. Vending machines with randomly generated names. Oh, hold on. What we got here? Tall Cafe, Sector Molly, okay. What can one say? Take enough is enough. Yeah, some of them actually make funny smashing noises. With a significant delay. Anyway, I'm halfway through the timer already and haven't even gone anywhere. Yeah, quality 9. And there is also elevators. Yeah, I should have been watching that because elevators are fast. The semi apartments, quality 3. Bookshelves. Yeah, you can pick up books. Lack of the leaders. Nothing new in that book. Sweet specifics. Nothing new. Welcome Harmony. Reflect on the mysteries of existence. And traditions of hatred. A little bit of darkness into your soul. It's pretty much just flavor text, but presumably you'll learn skills and stuff. Oh, if you get close enough to a chair, the camera automatically sort of sinks down into it. You can apparently sit in chairs. Any chair. And there's this little sweet roll thing. Fortunately, you can't really use any items. You can just... Yeah, you can do that to, like, hit things, and you can drop it. Or, as I've been doing, you can yeet it. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, there's also furniture clipping into each other. Yeah, once in a while you'll find these places filled with fancy treasure. Piles of pirate gold on the floor. Oh, didn't even recognize a bag of money. Those are obviously supposed to be American $100 bills. Yeah, you can see the delay I was talking about with the shatter noises. Where'd that elevator go? Oh, also have a random bathtub. Here's the elevator. I'm gonna save that address. You can do that, and then later on you can just sort of look them up, and the taxis can take you to them. And you really can enter any interior. The Gara room. Uh-huh. Random shower just sort of in the middle of the place. Oh, looks like it's supposed to be a bathhouse. Yeah, you can just meander around in the water. Yeah, you can also get to other rooftops and stuff. Can't quite get on every rooftop, but some of them you can. Oh, look, a bed. Oh. You actually do crouch low enough to be in the bed. This is the first time I've actually seen a bed in this game, but yeah, it really is totally random. Oh, D-pad. Okay, let's be someone else. And the timer did just say that it's ticked over at 10 minutes, but that's not enough to show off this game. At the very least, I want to ride a sky tram. Yeah, so Vuntra City is very much in a very early proof of concept stage right now. Look, an art gallery. The dev has a YouTube channel where they've been making videos about their progress and stuff. Oh yeah, here's an info terminal because it was one thing I forgot to look on there. Tell me about the city. Where are all the people? City of bustling with crowds as always is. Perhaps it's you who isn't fully here. Yeah. Anyway, let's summon a taxi again. Oh, exercise room. Vending machines make sense to be in there, like energy drinks and stuff. Okay, this time we are going to go to... Well, first of all, address. Now you can see various places. And then we are going to go to the nearest Skytram Station. Rugama Station. Now, since all of the names are procedurally generated, there is no possible hints as to how to pronounce all this stuff. So basically, just make up your own pronunciation for everything. There's that Tron beam of light. It looks like it's a lot further away. Yeah, the navigation might be a little fishy. But yeah, personally, I can definitely see the potential in this game. It's sort of doing kind of like what Shadows of Doubt does, which is another game that procedurally generates all the things, you could go to all the interiors, but that one is more of a detective noir game, and actually has NPCs and things to find and stuff. This is just to say to wander around and see what the procedural generation comes up with. What the scallop is this card doing? Also, you're going to notice a discrepancy in the traveled versus destination. The destination distance is as the crow flies. It's not actually calculating the taxi cab distance. Yeah, so... We're nowhere near there. Oh, just whatever. We'll go on foot. Over there is where I was pointing to. Meantime, we can see some of the other scenery. Yeah, so they're planning to have the city be full of NPCs and missions and quests and other sorts of things. Basically make it actually feel lived in. Also, I don't know why I'm doing the jumping thing. I guess that's just a habit I picked up from Source Engine. Because, like, there's no reason to be jumping. I don't think it makes it go any faster. Wait a minute, Oh, I was trying to get in front of that car. If you actually physically get in front of a car, it just stops. Yeah, no, I think I actually picked up the habit from Minecraft, because sprint jumping does make you go fast. Oh, wow. Look at this bar. Yeah, you can just sort of pretend to be a bartender or something. Huh. I don't think that's quite working properly. Oh, NASA. Occasionally you'll get a name that actually looks coherent, but most of the time you kinda won't. But yeah, so if you go into it expecting to see a full, complete world already, you're going to be disappointed because there isn't much yet. If you go into it just seeing it as an exploration game, you'll find some interesting stuff. Like, look at this river. These little glass tunnels. So I would say just see it as it is right now. It's just a demo, but the dev is working on it, and just let them cook and see what they come up with. And I'm sure things will feel a lot less backroomsy once there's actual life in the city. Alright. This thing right here is the transit station. quite here. This looks kind of neat. Okay. Wait a minute. As I suspected. The Adro Lobby. Okay. Right. Now, in transit centers, you have a specially marked floor that's labeled T. You can just see the... Yeah, I turned off the cursor, but... There we go. But yeah, look for the specially marked floor T, because in addition to that being a normal level, it will also give you access to the transit hub. Can I get? Now you can sit in one of these chairs. Or you can just be standing and look at that. There's a bunch of sameness, a bunch of pop-in-ness, but look at that. The entire city is 400 square kilometers, and it all exists for you to explore. Ooh, yeah, the whole bunch of pop-in. Again, early access, playtest. Yeah, looks like we're at the end of the train line here. Yeah, so for the time being, I would just see it as a Cyberpunk Backrooms-esque exploration game. Go look around places, try to find interesting addresses. Oh, I should have watched out the thing, because it goes... At the end of the line, it goes there, and then comes back and goes the other way. Yeah, find interesting addresses and places to go see, and just see what the procedural generation comes up with. Also, at this point in time, do not expect permanency. Found out on the developer's Discord that none of this is actually set in stone. The only thing it saves is, like, your addresses and stuff. So every time that the demo updates, all of this could be completely regenerated. Anyway, it's fun. I suppose it's fun.